All right, friends, it's Team On. We're going to do a video on fuzzy fitness, man. So I saw this video pop up. You know, people keep doing these videos on this clavicular guy, whatever. I mean, you know, once you put out the stuff, this is how you circulate it, get popular by putting out these crazy things. So yeah, maybe I should start doing that. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, Fuzzy Fitness, you probably know him. He knows some of these fake, whatever, natty guys. He's competed with them or something along that line. Anyways, let's review his video. So Fuzzy Lift says, walking into a mental disaster, Clavicular.
This obsession with appearance is a symptom of a much larger problem. Blaming.
That's funny because that's what his channel is all about, an obsession about his fucking appearance. Are you talking about facial appearance or body appearance? So he's got an obsession. Fozzy Lift has an obsession with bodily appearance, and he's gonna this is stupid, man. And he's gonna tell you that this guy has an obsession with facial appearance. Okay, yeah.
Looks maxing is misdiagnosing the issue. And if we don't understand,
why is it misdiagnosing the issue? What about your bodybuilding and taking steroids, your obsession with trying to reach this ultimate physique, and you can't naturally? So what do? You take steroids because it's cosmetic. So what do you think these guys are doing to their facial features? They're doing everything cosmetically. Why? Because they can't reach that level. Hello?
And what the real problem is, we have no hope of.
A lot of it is because over time your so-called genetics have become epigenetic, eating peasant slave food diet, which destroys your attractiveness and your body too. Your height, your body, your attractiveness, a bunch of things, man. And so people are coping now. They're coping, going to the gym, taking steroids, and, you know, they're doing all these facial things to themselves, the looks maxing, and then the bodybuilding community, whatever, the lifting community. And they also think they're weak, so they have to lift a heavy weight to prove to everybody, look at me, I can lift a heavy weight. I'm Jason Blaha.
Fixing it. Cases like Clavicular show what happens when his focus on yourself spirals out of control. My viewers need.
What are you talking about? This, man, you actually listening to what this guy is saying? He's obsessed with his own fucking looks.
To understand that over-focusing
just not his ugly face
on yourself destroys mental health, and what the alternative is.
How is it going to destroy your mental health trying to improve your looks? This makes absolutely zero sense, but okay, whatever. In the looks maxing community, the majority of the real looks maxing community changes their looks eating raw animal products. But okay, Clavicular, he's doing some, I don't know, he's doing some minor things to his face. How is that going to destroy him? He hasn't really. Oh, you're talking about the steroid part for the body? Yeah, that's totally separate. That has nothing to do with his face.
The problem is in how they look. The real problem is where the attention is focused. So over the course of this video,
where is the attention focused? Please do tell.
I want to talk about what creates poor mental health, and the opposite of that.
He's going to tell us that. Okay, I can't wait to hear this.
Create a good mental health. I want to speak about how appearance is not the problem.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about the role of social media. I will also touch on some examples like Clavicular and Mike Israetel. And I want to end with some practical advice on how you guys can avoid this trap. So over the course of this video, I want you to really understand what the problem is.
Yeah, I'll wrap it up in this one video. Don't do anything that's artificial. Follow nature, and then you'll be fine. There you go. Video over.
Is because it's not looks. It's not social media. There is a lot.
Talking about social media is all about looks. They're on social media, so they're performing. That's the idea. Just like when you were watching actors on TV, you think they're going to go pick the ugliest people to act? No, of course not. They're going to pick up character actors, people that fulfill these roles for them, that are marketable. This is all marketing, man, online. Are you marketable? No, that's why your channel's not popular, Fozzy. Because look at your face. That you're so busy with your body, you have forgotten about your face.
Larger problem at play here, and these are all simply manifestations of that problem. Now, in the first section,
of course, think about it. Why is he making this video about Clavicular, talking about this obsession about looking because he can't achieve that goal because his face is ugly, is destroyed because of the peasant slave food diet and his lifestyle and his ancestors' lifestyle, whatever. So he's upset because Clavicular is getting popular and probably putting out bullshit stuff, whatever. Mostly about improving your facial attractiveness. And so he's upset because all he could do is try to get his body to become attractive by hypertrophying it. That's really ridiculous, but okay. You could equate that, you could think that, but whatever. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing either, or having low body fat. I can see my muscularity because now I have low body fat. Everything shows, so it must be pretty. Well, yeah, kind of. Aesthetically, it looks pretty cool, yeah, I guess, right? But majority of the time, you're wearing clothes. The people don't see your body, you know. So they really see your face. They see your face all the time because you're not clothing your face, of course, unless you're wearing a mask all day. I don't know. Whatever.
We'll speak about what actually creates poor mental health. I've been either teacher or coach for
See, here we go. Look at his obsession. He's got an obsession with his body because he can't improve his face.
decades now. And I've spotted trends with people who I've talked to, I've observed.
I mean, think about it. If you were to show his picture or put him on Abigail or show his picture just to any woman and rate him and say, how interested are you in him? The first thing they're going to do the moment they see his face, they're going to laugh. That's the first thing, because look at him. They're going to laugh at this guy. What's he talking about?
Over the course of my lifetime, I can safely say that people with the worst mental health have this one thing in common. Are overly focused on themselves.
And that it would be him. Look at his channel. He's focused on himself. What the fuck?
They have an inward focus, whether that's their appearance or their social ranking.
No, because they know that the appearance will get them what they want. Look, the money part may take a lot longer to get, but the appearance is there all the time. So yeah, it's a tool. It's just another tool to get what you want. If you want women, you're going to have to be attractive, believe me. Not just because you have money, you're gonna get women. You may get the lowest quality of women because you have money, because those women, they're just not interested, bro. They're not interested in you. They're only interested in your money. They're the lowest quality because they're interested in everybody that's got money.
Their perceived flaws, their self-evaluation, their opinion, even their morality. Their attention is turned inward in this constant loop. The more they observe themselves, the more flaws they find. And like it's not just looks. It could be any number of things. There is...
You know, every time he says that, he should show that part where he was posing, showing himself.
A destructive nature of self-awareness.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Constant introspection creates anxiety. Constant comparison creates insecurity. Constant self-presentation creates this internal pressure in yourself.
Oh, yeah.
This internal microscope we place on ourselves becomes a self-reinforcing trap. The very thing that you might be doing to try and fix your insecurities is actually the road towards greater insecurities.
Yeah, that would be him fixing his insecurities. He thinks that by hypertrophying his body, that's going to fix his insecurities and getting low body fat. Okay.
Self-focused rumination is one of the strongest predictors of anxiety and depression.
Instead of eating natural food and probably trying to fix this problem, this epigenetic problem in his genetics are fucked, and pass it on to his children, he's continuing in this behavior, eating a more peasant slave food diet, building some fake hypertrophy muscles and low body fat. So then the next generation will suffer even more. Yeah. Okay, so Clavicular, how tall is he? I think he's like they say he's 6'2". I'm really not sure. Okay, so he's 6'2". He says he wants to be 6'5", so he wants to go through bone lengthening to be 6'5", which I think is ridiculous. For just 3 inches more is just worthless. But okay, man, yeah. I understand where he's coming from. 6'5" is a nice height. Look, 5'9" versus 6'2". Is he? I don't know. 5'9". Because he's trying to show you, look, it's not much difference. Okay.
However, in contrast, outward engagement that interrupts the rumination and improves your mood. So in summary, the first section, this is where people go wrong. They think that if they fix one thing about their looks, their social identity, even their...
Those are the only things that you have control over. You can fix them, yeah, somewhat, cosmetically or whatever, yeah. It's not really all fake anyways. Unless you can fix it naturally, it's fake. So the whole point is really to focus on fixing it naturally. The looks maxing community mostly was based on fixing these problems naturally by eating a raw animal-based diet, and they did. They fixed these imperfections. Well, what was causing it? What truly was the cause behind it? Did they really look bad? Not particularly. What was causing the problem? The peasant slave food diet. Once they eliminated that and cooking their meat, eating it raw, their look went back to something called homeostasis. So they were never really ugly to begin with. It was the peasant slave food diet that was causing the problem.
Voice. So people will deepen their voice. If they think they fix that, it will be one more step towards fixing their self-image. It's not. The very path they're taking.
Listen to what he says. Fixing. Why does it need fixing? Because you've caused damage to it by whatever it is you're doing artificially. So there's truth to what he says. When you listen to people speak, the truth really does come out. They wouldn't have to fix anything if they didn't break the laws of nature eating peasant slave food diets.
Is the path towards poor mental health. So now let's speak about the opposite pattern. What do healthy minds do?
I'll tell you what healthy minds do. They don't fucking break the laws of nature. That's what they fucking do, dude.
With a strong mental health focuses outward. They think about what they can do, who they can help, what they contribute.
Why? What they can do, who they can help, what they can contribute. No human does. The strong survive and the weak die. In nature, you don't have time to I gotta help. Unless of course you're like together, something's happening, you need to pull for each other. That's totally different. What they contribute. That doesn't make any sense. What do you contribute? There's nothing to contribute. What they can do. You do whatever's natural to you in nature. That's what you do. Fuck.
To the people around them and to society and how they interact with their environment.
Who gives a shit about society? Nobody cares about... The elites don't care about society. At least they understand nature. They don't give a shit about society. They care about themselves. You understand me? Society works and the elites eat. That's how it works.
Their attention is on their actions, not this constant internal narrative about themselves. One of the surest signs...
It's always about yourself because that's the only thing you have control over. You cannot control what other people do or things, circumstances around you. The world is ending. You're going to control that. You're going to do something about that, eh? The only thing you can do is what you can control in your... You can only control what you can do in your life. So here's the thing. You want to be this so-called better person or do this or do that, then just be preoccupied with being a better person and the world will be a better place. Get it? If each person did what they were supposed to do in their own whatever, then they wouldn't fucking have, the world wouldn't have all these problems. But their problem is they make it their business to make problems, humans, for other people. That's the problem. Get it? So it'll affect you. It's a rippling effect.
I have that somebody is suffering from poor mental health.
He's not doing anything to anybody other than himself. He's not fucking with other people.
Is when I speak to them, they can't do anything except talk about themselves. Now, those people we think...
Yeah, why shouldn't they just talk about themselves? What else is there to talk about? I know, we should talk about the news, the weather, the this or that. Who gives a shit? None of this, what this guy says, makes sense, bro. People, if you really have an intelligent mind, you could read through these people so easily, it's ridiculous.
Or annoying, they're a bit one-dimensional, but actually...
Yeah, you're annoying and one-dimensional. There's no other dimensions other than your dimension, what you can control. You can't control what other people do. That's why I say in my videos, do what is best for you and not what's best for other people. Now, if people are telling you what is best, what you should do, what is best for them, that is ridiculous. I don't tell people, hey, you should do that, what is best for me. You should go and cut your hair because that's best for me. So when I see you, you have nice short hair. Well, that's dumb. You understand me? That's control. And that's how they control slaves. And the slaves are easily controlled.
Are usually bordering on some type of poor mental relationship with themselves. People with...
Again, Clavicular is not trying to control anybody. His videos are based on his own experiences and what he's doing and his thought process. But he doesn't tell people, you should do this, what I do. You understand me? He thinks it's a good idea. You should I don't know, pay attention to your looks. You should, put some attention there. But he doesn't control you in a way where he's enforcing it on anybody. It's just bullshit.
Good mental health, they are immersed in the moment, in tasks, in people, in environments. When they ask you how you are, they really mean it, and they ask follow-up questions about...
No, they don't. They don't mean it. Humans don't mean anything. It's bullshit. Stop lying to yourself.
You and what you're doing, because it's not all about them. They don't sit around.
It is all about them. Everything is about you on this planet. What are you talking about?
Thinking about their jawlines or the pitch of their voice.
Bro, you just showed us a picture of you posing, a video of you just posing a while ago. It's all about you. Your channel is about you. It's about you. It's not about other people. If your channel was about other people, then you wouldn't have to keep doing that. It's always about you. And you want people to do what you're doing, but you're trying to do it in, how should I put it? You're doing it in a way where you're demeaning people, putting them down, saying, look, I've got this body, you don't, so you should follow me and whatever. And so it's a type of conditioning. Your channel is a type of conditioning to condition people to follow you, to do this certain particular thing in a particular way. That's a type of enslavement too.
Or their social image. They get feedback from reality, not fantasy. So to
No, they don't. What happens is this: when people see them with the jawline and attractiveness, they weren't paying for it or anything like that. They just simply said, you know what? In their mind, they said, they reflected and said, yeah, I can improve myself. I can look better. Oh, I can eat this raw meat and have this looks maxing look. I can do that. So that's the idea. See what I mean? There are ways of doing things naturally, they didn't think about, in other words, they were informed because they didn't think about it before. It didn't dawn on them that, oh, if I ate raw meat, that this would bring back my face to homeostasis and I'll look handsome and women will find me attractive. See, had you not found these channels and educated yourself, then you would never know that it existed because you've been brought up, conditioned on the peasant slave mentality. Get it? But once you break the slave mentality and you discover the truth, knock and the door shall be open, ask and thou seek and thou shalt find, you will find. But if you don't seek and knock on the door, they're not going to fucking be opened. Okay, dude? So you have to introduce yourself you have to expose yourself to many experiences out there. Get it, dude?
Summarize this second section, what creates good mental health from what I've seen. Generally speaking, an artifact of good mental health are people who are focused outward, not on their appearance, their social ranking, their jawline, their voice, their opinions even.
Yeah, your appearance, the social ranking is important. All these things are important. The jawline, their voice, their opinions, yes. People are scrutinizing you constantly. The voice, the look, the hair, the this, the that, any shape in your face, anything. They're measuring you up constantly. Humans, that's what they do. It's based on attraction. They are hooked on the attraction. This is all attraction right here on the left. Hello?
How they can help people. how they can be of service to the people around them.
No. How? What do you mean a service that help people is service? They're helping themselves, and while they help themselves, they expose themselves, and then that could inform people. Get it?
The environment, how they can interact with things. They're getting away from themselves. In a flow state, you are no longer thinking about
No, they're not.
yourself. You are simply thinking about
They're sharing their experiences with other people because it's kind of obvious. Look at them.
what you are doing. That is the key towards breaking this cycle of self-rumination and improving your mood. And if your life is filled with things like that, and if you're constantly looking for ways to interact with other people in a genuine manner, and your environment and do things, you will avoid that trap. If your solution is only to focus more on yourself, you're only going down the wrong path. Now, the next
That would be him.
section, I want to speak about how appearance is not the problem. Okay, there's nothing wrong with caring about your appearance. That's just basic.
Oh, now he says there's nothing wrong with caring about your experience, but he had a problem with it before. Okay, here we go.
Self-respect.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
the problem is when your appearance becomes your entire identity.
Self-respect. It is your entire identity. People equate your personality with your look. They look at you. I had a teacher once in school, and she said to me, "Oh, you hate everything." Because she looked at my face and probably had this idea when I was younger. I don't know. She equated that with I hate everything, maybe the way I looked. And that's not true. I mean, I've had people say all kinds of things because of the way I looked. They would peg me for being a different culture. They would peg me for being, well, I thought you didn't speak English. I'm like, what? They looked at my face, and a couple times, some people told me, I didn't think you spoke English just by looking at my face. I'm like, what? There were instances where people, I don't know, they thought I was angry or something all the time, or some people thought I'm too happy all the time. You're too happy. How could you be so happy? Like, there's just, you get all kinds of these things because they're looking at your face, judging your face as your personality.
Need to be more than that. Because if your appearance is your identity or your social
Your appearance is your identity.
ranking, that's the type of
It is your social ranking. It is in this society.
identity which is very fragile. Because it's dependent on external validation and factors which are just simply not.
It is dependent on external validation. Because if it was just for yours, then you wouldn't be doing it now, would you? You're doing it for external validation. Get it? Holy shit, man. I don't know what planet this guy is on.
Your control.
Jesus Christ.
If we go back to the talk about looks, your looks are going to fade as you get older. It's just the natural.
That's not true. If you believe that, then it will fade. Here's the thing. He's like, your looks will fade as you get older. Well, if you eat the peasant slave food diet, they definitely will fade. Now, if you eat, here's the question. If you eat your natural food as a carnivore meat, raw meat, will it fade? No. So he's full of shit. Get it?
More of things. And people begin to modify their looks, not because it improves their life, but
Look, he shows these guys here because they probably grew up eating good food and passed on good genetics from previous generations that didn't eat peasant slave food diets. They ate raw meat.
simply because it quietens that anxiety for 5 minutes. And that loop becomes addictive. So these are behaviors on a road which is leading to poor, worse mental health.
A nationwide financial
I don't know that.
Surgery or behavior that you do, which is on that road, might provide some temporary relief.
Yeah, they're trying to fix the problems that were caused genetically from peasant slave food diet because some things they just can't completely fix.
In the moment.
Like the crooked teeth. So, see, Fozzie thinks everything is okay. So they shouldn't fix their crooked teeth due to previous generations on peasant slave food diet passed on to you. I don't know, maybe overbite or some weird jaw problem or a nose problem. Like, oh, you shouldn't fix that. Well, was it really your fault that the previous generations a peasant slave food diet was passed on to you? No, it's not your fault, but you know what I mean? You can only improve so far eating natural food. They can't especially if you're no longer growing, it can only go so far. So these imperfections that were caused, like a resuscitating chin or whatever, from previous slave food diets, then yeah, you're gonna have to do surgery.
That becomes addictive.
That becomes addictive. Just like him, he's got to constantly hypertrophy his muscles because it's become addictive. I don't have to hypertrophy my muscles. I went through repeated bouts of muscle damage because I knew that that was permanent. So I don't have to go and hypertrophy my muscles constantly in a gym. Get it, dude? I don't have to do that. That to me is cope. If you're hypertrophying your muscles constantly, or you're lifting weights because you're trying to recruit motor units all the time, these motor units, because you have this idea that you're weak or something, then that is considered cope. You get it, man? That's coping. Yeah, because it's fake. It's something artificial. Why are you lifting a heavy weight to recruit motor units? No, because I'm weak. Well, that's coping. So I got to go to the gym. I got to hypertrophy my muscles. Why do you have to hypertrophy them? Oh, I have to get very low body fat. Why are you doing that? Because cope. See what I mean? I did it. I don't have to do that because I'm not coping. And I'm not coping. People want me to go do all these weird things. Why should I do them? That's coping. No thanks.
That surgery that you might have might make you feel all right for a week, for a month. But
Yeah,
after
sure.
that, all of the rest of your problems come crashing back to you because you're on the wrong.
Like this, all these problems will come back crashing onto him. His face has gotten old and ugly from lifting. His hypertrophy muscles are fading, so he has to keep up with the Joneses and hypertrophy them. Get it? Muscles are post-mitotic; they don't grow, so you can only hypertrophy them. Hypering and atrophying, hypering and atrophying. Get it? Because they don't know what could make some of this permanent because they're too stupid.
Path from the beginning. Now, the next section, I want to speak about meditation almost as a counterpoint to having an internal focus. Meditation for me has three main purposes,
Yeah, okay.
Three sort of levels. The first level is about relaxation. Okay, obvious. That's not what we're talking about here. The second level is about clearing your mind. Now, that has a purpose because if your brain is constantly filled with thoughts about anxiety, about yourself, about your looks, about your social ranking, whatever else,
Okay.
that will give you a respite because it will give you the skill of clearing your mind. That's part of what meditation does. Now, the final stage of meditation is the reduction or destruction of ego. That is about silencing yourself. It's about silencing the sense of self. When your own sense of self is much more diminished, the suffering will be reduced because you can't feel bad about things you're not thinking about. You know, if meditation in its most extreme form, even stage 2, allows you to clear your brain and not think about yourself, well, you're going to have nothing to be anxious about because you're not going to be thinking about yourself. You'll be thinking about your place in the environment, other people.
You'll be thinking about yourself and the environment and the people. Yes, the reduction of ego, man. Oh my God, ego. That's something artificial in the artificial world that would never exist in nature. There's no egos out there. You're busy doing stuff. I don't know, hunting, eating, whatever, sharing moments with your family and your clan or whatever. Whatever, man. Relaxation. You're relaxed when you're in nature. You're unrelaxed when you're in this artificial environment because you're constantly in an relaxed fucking relationship.
Automatically, that will lift your mood and make you a more calm person. Something that I've done for years, and I think it is vastly
You can never be calm in this artificial environment.
improved my mental health, and I recommend it to everyone. The next thing I want to speak about is social media. Now, this is
Okay.
not the cause, you know?
Why?
Social media is an amplifier. It is an avenue. It is
Yeah, okay. It's the cause of what? What is it the cause of social media? It's entertainment, yeah.
a potential way to manifest these behaviors, but it is not the cause. For
It's to manifest these behaviors, but it's not the cause. It can be the cause. It could be, right? I mean, people are seeing things, they're being exposed to other people's experiences. And they think, well, look at this guy, Dr. James. He's taking steroids. He says it's really good. You're going to get these, muscles, attention, look cool. And you're going to be the cool guy on the block in the gym. And everybody's going to love you because you're going to fit in and all that. Because you're not going to be ordinary. You're going to be someone special. Everybody's going to look up to you. So, yeah, they're exposing themselves to other people's experiences. And I don't know, depending on their experiences, it shows it's a good thing. So maybe that's the reason.
to give you my experience, I had a very basic phone. until my
See,
late
here we go. He's going to share his experience. He had a phone.
20s. In my 30s was when I started to get more of a fancy phone. And that was when I had the ability to take pictures on the go. This was around about 2010.
Okay, so what does a phone have to do with any of this? Okay.
I didn't take pictures or videos prior to that point. In fact,
Okay.
even after that point,
Neither did I. So what? I never gave a shit about taking photos or videos or anything. I mean, I even had like a camera, an old video camera. I didn't even use it, barely ever used it. I only used it for my daughter when I videotaped her, did a bunch of stuff. And then after that, I never used it again. I had it, never used it. Didn't even know how to connect it to the internet at the time. Could have put stuff on YouTube, was thinking about it. But that stupid thing was so like, it was difficult to try to upload videos from it. So I just gave up and I just forgot all about that. It takes time to do all that stuff. It's not like somebody's paying me to do all these things.
I didn't bother taking many pictures or videos because I saw that as kind of a young person thing to do. So
I know, I was the same way. Because you didn't think about social media now. See, had you known now that with all this social media, you probably would have taken all those videos, tried to, and pictures, because now you'd have something to show. But you're late in the game. You're old, dude. Get it?
I thought, why bother? You know, Facebook and all that kind of stuff. It didn't appeal to me.
Right. The same thing with me. It didn't. I didn't think about it. I had a GeoCities page. I remember putting a few pictures up there. It took forever to upload a picture in those days. Remember that? HTML, stupid shit. I built an HTML site on there. It was shit. Took forever to put a picture up there. I was like, I'm busy, man. I got the time for this. Even back in 2011, when I tried to upload videos that I had that were already made in 720p, they were taking forever to try to upload. So I never uploaded them, and then somebody stole them. And then I don't have them anymore. So I did a bunch of videos of travel in 2011 and a lot of videos of myself and pictures and everything, and they fucking stole it. So what's the point? And it took forever to upload, so I gave up on uploading them. And I said to myself, maybe I'll keep it for later if, you know, it becomes a lot faster, the internet, maybe later, because I noticed it was getting faster. Pictures can now upload it a lot quicker, but videos were slow. I thought, okay, maybe with the time it'll get better. But then it's too late because they stole the laptop, they stole the pictures and the videos, so I don't have them anymore. See what I mean, man? This is bullshit.
Time, because it just seemed like a very new young person thing to do. So I didn't take a lot.
Yeah.
I spent most of my early life, my 20s, up to my mid-30s, lifting, living, and enjoying.
I did too, lifting and living. I did what I thought was best for me. Didn't do what was best for other people.
Enjoying real environments and interactions with people. And my mental health, thank God, was absolutely fantastic in the beginning formative years
So was mine.
of my life. And as a result, that has created a strong sense of self-image, which makes me far more...
You're imagining things, your strong self-image. Your image is based on what other people see on the outside, externally. You can say whatever you want about yourself. That's meaningless.
able to do social media without having as many hang-ups as if I had began earlier.
That's why he's not as popular as he could be, because young people, they're not attracted to people like this that are old age. Looking really old is unattractive to them. That's why these channels, they don't grow. They can't grow. Even my channel, it barely grew. The only reason is because I don't have such a bad physique and I don't look too bad for my age. But if I looked any more worse for my age and had a bad physique completely, I would never be at the number that I am now. And this is my second channel. So you can imagine I'd probably be up to maybe 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers by now. But even that is just very minute in the genre of things. But these older people that look completely deteriorated, they're just, I don't know. They're just, in the end of the day, you're really just like hoping somebody will watch you. And the truth is, people are not, young people associate youth with sex. They don't associate deteriorated old people with sex. They just don't. And so there's just no what they call sexual attraction there. Everything is based on sexual attraction. And there's nothing going on here. There's nothing. Even with myself, I'm lucky. If women are sexually attracted to me, especially younger ones, I would be so lucky. That would be so lucky.
I think if I'd entered this ecosystem when I was a lot younger, I would have suffered more problems. I mean, just an example of this is kind of a funny point, but it's true.
He has no sexual appeal or sexual attractiveness to him. He has nothing. He has no aesthetics. There's zero aesthetic here. Zero. There's no dimorphism or aesthetic. He has no aesthetic looks. My ex-girlfriends, I could tell you, man, they had some fucking aesthetics, bro. And even when I was younger, I had some very good aesthetic. I had a very good aesthetic look.
Nonetheless, and it maybe betrays some poor.
You can destroy your aesthetic looks, your facial aesthetic looks, by focusing just on the body. That will destroy your look.
Mental health, but I know guys on this platform.
Yeah, and that will destroy your mental health.
Guys who are
Looking ugly.
good guys, but they blatantly deepen their voice when they're speaking on camera. I mean, it's quite funny.
Yeah, because they're trying to attract people. That's why they're deepening their voice. It's attractive to women.
But it might also betray some type of trying to live up to a standard. They're all symptoms of the
Yeah, they're all trying to live up to standards, yeah.
same problem. Anyway, you're trying to perfect an image rather than improve your reality.
Isn't that what you're trying to do?
So I wanted to talk a bit about Clavicular now. I think this is an extreme example of appearance fixation in an attempt to fix his mental health. He's a young guy, he's already over 6 foot tall, he's already undergone significant surgeries, and he's presenting himself in this.
I don't know what surgeries he's gone through. I don't know anything about any surgeries he's gone through. He's gone through anything yet. It's all bullshit. He's talking about doing stuff. He hasn't done anything.
Constantly upgraded aesthetic identity that he has in his head of.
He talks about aesthetics because he already has a very good aesthetic look. You understand me? There's very little what he's doing here. He's done to himself. What has he done to himself? Show me. What is this surgery and all that? He's done anything.
Perfection. The problem is that his identity appears to be fully built on appearance. Every perceived flaw that he has.
Yeah, because that's what he's marketing. Hello? Just like you, he's marketing facial attractiveness. What are you marketing? Fozzy lifts? That lifting is going to make you attractive. Attractive body is going to make you attracted to people. Yeah, okay.
He's identified it, and he wants to fix it via either surgery, enhancements, or some kind of corrections.
No, he's not. He's saying that, but he hasn't done any of that because he doesn't need to. You understand me? He's saying that because he says that this is the way that you correct certain things. He's talking about stuff.
This is not self-improvement. This is, again, going down the path.
How do you know what self-improvement is to him may not be to you? Hello?
Where every surgery, every self-correction might feel good in the moment, but ultimately he's on a path to what he perceives as perfection, which he's never going to reach because there's no such thing.
How do you know that? To him, what perfection is to him may not be to you. See, as perceived by the public.
And all it's going to do is it's going to constantly lead to this introspection, this look at me, myself, this focus on himself.
He commands presence. When he was in that, what was it? He was in this talk show with these girls. He commanded presence in front of them, man. They all rated him as like being a fucking 9 out of 10. Yeah, because the way he presented himself was confidently, with confidence, because the face and the way he spoke, because confidence, he's confident in himself. And so they saw that. So they rated him like as high as a fucking 9 out of 10. Some of them 9.5, 10 out of 10, one said.
And that in itself is the road to poor mental health.
How could that be a road to poor mental health? That makes absolutely zero sense, but okay.
To actually feel better about himself, to actually solve whatever issue he has, he needs to get away from that.
What issue does he have? He has no issues. He doesn't need to solve anything. He's explaining to you that you should be doing these, that possibly you could do these things, and these will solve your issues. Get it? That's all he's saying. He's not telling you have to do this. He's not forcing you to do anything or conditioning you in any way.
Start to focus outwardly. It's almost like gambling. It never leads to anywhere good. You might get a few small.
Again, gambling. Nobody's forcing you to gamble. Nobody told you to go there. You don't have to. You don't have to do it. Fucking anything. He's making this shit up.
Wins along the way, which give you the feeling like you're on the right track. But
yeah, you go there, you win, you're on the right track. You're always, the house always wins. Eventually you'll lose. You're not going to win there.
The entire path is wrong. Now, why is this important? Is this clavicular kid? It's important because it represents where the culture is heading.
Where's the culture heading?
a generation, and I don't mean
Where's the culture heading? Where's it heading? Bodybuilding to the gym to build the body, to hypertrophy your muscles? Okay.
just younger people, I mean
Yeah.
everyone, compelled to fix themselves physically rather than fixing their lives because the focus is on.
I don't need to fix myself physically. I have nothing wrong physically with me to begin with. I have good height. I have good bone structure, body structure, good muscle, good whatever. There's nothing for me to fix other than what I caused damage to my face or skin or something, whatever, to my body by eating the peasant slave food diet. So now you have to go through a period of reversal of all these things. So that doesn't mean that I wasn't already attractive. Here's the thing. If you are already attractive, there's nothing to do there other than whatever that you did which was unnatural to your body and you fucking started damaging it, well then you can bring it back to homeostasis and reverse it. That's totally different. See what I mean? Fozzie Lifts here can never fix his face. He'll be forever eternally ugly. There's nothing that he can do. Now, as far as him destroying somewhat of his look here because of peasant slave food diet, all he has to do is stop eating peasant slave food diet and eating raw meat, and he fucking go back to homeostasis. But that doesn't mean his ugly face is going to completely change. It may improve because it would go back to homeostasis because of whatever fucking deteriorated him, peasant slave food diet and stupid lifting.
On themselves. So it magnifies whatever problems are inside. Now, 100 years ago, if you had these issues, you'd be out working in a field, maybe somewhere, doing a hard physical labor job. You wouldn't have time to think about it. You wouldn't have time to engage.
No kidding.
So again, social media is not the cause of the problem.
Obviously, he has to equate you being a slave on some farm, but he won't mention you being out in nature, eating a natural lifestyle, eating natural food, living a natural fucking lifestyle. No, you gotta be on this farm as a slave laboring. Okay, fucking man.
But it damn well magnifies the issues, and it allows people to have lives like this where they are going down this path, which is going to lead to worse mental health.
No. Why would it lead to... What the fuck is he talking about? It's going to lead to prospects. Doors are opened. Women are interested.
And potentially some dangerous surgeries. Looks maxing culture.
That's an absolute lie.
It encourages insecure young people to outsource their self-worth to external validation.
No, it doesn't. It helps people go back to something called homeostasis because that's the looks maxing community. And the people that already have destruction done to them previously through generations of peasant slave food diet, what they're telling you is that you would have to go through these minor surgeries to fix these imperfections. So they are fixable through surgery, unfortunately. But the majority of people that do not have all this destruction, it's only from the peasant slave food diet, all they had to do was reverse that and eat their natural diet, and these things went away. Get it, dude?
Will all but guarantee long-term psychological instability. It's not a cure.
No, it doesn't. He's just making this stuff up. He's stupid.
Never will be.
Whatever.
And just to give you another quick parallel, Mike Israel, and the pressure of millions of subscribers, Mike has undergone a bunch of surgeries. He must have massive pressure from the audience of millions. His repeated failures on stage over and over again, never coming anywhere close to shape, just magnifies his internal struggles.
See, this guy thinks like it's all about the body and stuff. Mike Israel has so many insecurities. It's not just the body. It's the body, the face, the hair, the balding head, the pumpkin face, the crooked teeth, everything, the height. Just everything is wrong with Mike Israel. It's a genetic thing because of the peasant slave food diet, okay? Is this reversible? No, because he's not growing anymore. Now, while he was growing, if he was fed a raw animal diet, maybe he would have came out of this. But he ate the knish and the kanush from the Jewish family, and he's got the Jewish genes now, eating peasant slave foods.
Interactions with interviewers, with the public, talking about how he always feels rage, how he dreams of physical violence against people. I think about violence.
He ate too many of those Jewish pierogies, which are not food, and this is what you look like, a pierogi. You look like one.
all the time.
These are
He's got rage all the time because he's a genetic failure. Get it? And it's too late.
signs of severe mental dysfunction, which are only going to get worse because of the path he's going down.
Yeah, but that only applies to genetic failures. It doesn't apply to people that still came out with some good genetic, whatever you want to call it, passed on genetics, and them eating good food to improve these genetics.
He's going down this path of what he considers to be self-improvement, to the point where he's talking about wanting to break his own rib.
There's nothing to self-improve there for him. He's trying to do some stuff, but it's just worthless.
In a surgery to have a slimmer waist. Now that might give him,
because people were pegging him online about his waist, about the the love handles and all that, and he allowed that to get to him, and so he went for this crazy surgery because of other people. There you go. So does that say he's looking for external acceptance by society? Yes, everybody is, because he would have never done that.
some temporary satisfaction, but ultimately he's on the wrong path. That's what I'm saying here.
I don't know. Is he on the wrong path? He's on the path that he thinks is best, okay?
It's not social media. It's not looks. It's the dysfunction and the manifestation of that dysfunction and the perceived solution to that function.
No, it's not. It's social acceptance. That's what it is.
Is all wrong because it all points to a focus on self, which is the wrong thing.
And so is he. He's just bro. This is reflecting. He's coping. This is him as well. Fuzzy lifts.
You have to point outwards to fix your mental health problems. So just
I know, and you're never gonna fix your mental health problems because you're mentally ill, because every time you look in the mirror you see this fuzzy lift face, ugly face looking back at you, which you cannot fix, and you fucking hate it, and you hate your body because you can never reach that perfection. You have to take steroids to do it. See what I mean? Because you're a genetic failure.
briefly speak about myself. I've been lucky that for the majority of my life I've had very good mental health.
No, he's coping. He's just making that shit up. Nobody would have to tell you that, because you would see that they would not have any mental health, any mental problems because of the way they look. See, a person that looks very good cannot have mental problems. You can only have mental problems if you're eating peasant slave food diets and looking terrible. Get it, dude? And that's Fozzy Lifts. He obviously was on a peasant slave food diet and he looks bad. So he has mental health issues because look at him. The cope is settling in because he goes to the gym.
My entire adult life has been in service of others. Okay?
Yeah.
Whether that's
I don't have to go to a gym because I'm not coping. Get it? I don't have to go there. I'm not weak, and neither do I have some genetic deformity that I need to go to a gym and improve on something. It's just bullshit. I eat pretty good most of my life. I've been lucky. I've stayed away from glycation, sugar, because I knew that's destructive. I'm not saying that I never partaked in some of it. I did for sure. So I'm in the process of reversing some of that damage. But I'm lucky I never let it go that far where I look like Fozzy Lifts, because if I look like him, I'd kill myself.
being a school teacher, coaching lifters, I generally spend all day helping people solve problems. Like once I finish,
He spends all day helping people solve problems. You want to solve the problem? It's really simple. There's no problem. All right? Here it is. You want to solve it? Tell people to live a natural life. That problem solved. There you go. There's no money to be made there. See what I mean? So he's fake. He's lying to you because he charges people money because I'm going to improve them artificially. You can't improve anybody. It's artificial. It's fake.
recording this video, I will do some editing, and I will be spending the majority of the afternoon.
Look at what he's drinking. Coffee. He's got milk. He's got pasteurized milk, sugar, and coffee in there. So all three things that you think that those improve you. You think that drinking this toxic sugar fucking exosome fucking toxic bean soup, you think that improves looks? Or does it actually do the opposite, destroy looks? Well, there you go.
With my clients. That's what I
Yeah.
do all day long. And when I'm
Yeah,
doing
feed
that,
your clients that and tell them they'll look better. Feed them, tell them to drink coffee all day. It'll improve their health and they'll look really good. It'll increase the collagen in their face when it actually does the opposite. Yeah, man.
I'm not thinking about myself, my appearance,
Of course not. You're not thinking about yourself or your appearance. Oh, of course not. No, you wouldn't do that. Of course not. That's why you're drinking coffee.
whatever insecurities I have. I'm simply thinking about helping them.
Yeah, any insecurities that he has, all he's thinking about is helping them. Yeah, I'm just thinking about how I'm helping them by showing them, look, I'm drinking coffee. I'm drinking this fucking toxic bean soup. I want to help you, bro. Get it? Yeah. It's not about looks.
Spend hours today helping my clients. My daily life is set
I'm sure he is.
up to pull the attention away from myself.
Oh, yeah.
This has resulted in, for me, very luckily, constant mental stability, even through very stressful
Oh, it's helped him with mental constant stability. Why? Because he suffers from mental issues.
periods of my life. Okay, even if I'm going through considerable stress, when I'm at work, I'm not thinking about that stress. I'm not thinking about myself. I'm simply focused on other people, their problems, their issues.
Yeah, want to know why? Because he wants to take away from the reality of that he's ugly. That's why he's focusing on other people, thinking, well, I can't save myself, so maybe I can save other people because I can't help myself at this point.
Solving things and interactions with them.
Yeah, I'm going to solve their problems. He can't solve his own fucking problem, but he's going to solve other people's problems. Right, okay.
Good, positive, uplifting interactions with them. That's what I've been blessed to be able to do.
Uplifting, yeah.
And physical pursuits, they never...
Exercise and physical pursuits. Again, this is, for me, you're asking me personally, the gym and everything is cope, bro. Get it?
My mental health, because they were never the center of my identity. Even in the early
Mental health. Okay.
days when I was...
If you spend your whole life in a gym, there's something wrong there. I don't spend all my days playing basketball. I play basketball when I feel like it. But it's not something I'm going to do every single day. Oh, I missed a basketball practice. I have to do it forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. No, because it's boring to humans to do the same thing over and over again. It's not meant to be done that way. We lose, our attention span is very short. We're meant to do many things that we're unaccustomed to. I'll tell you. I'll explain this again in my videos. You are meant to do things that you're unaccustomed to so you could get this damage and get these nuclei. They enhance your performance and they make you good at doing a variety of different things. They are what extend your lifespan and make you, how should I put it? It regenerates you doing things that you're unaccustomed to doing. That's the whole idea. But if you do these things chronically, then you're accelerating aging. Here's the difference. If you do things you're unaccustomed to, you'll regenerate. But if you do things chronically, like this guy, whatever the fuck he's doing here, you're going to accelerate aging or deterioration.
A lifter and a competitor, I had teaching on the side. So the core lesson
In other words, you're shortening your lifespan doing this.
is this. If the attention is on yourself, your problems will grow. If the attention is on the world, your problems will shrink. You'll have
Man, he's just coping with this.
temporary reprieves to your worries, to your issues while you are with other people. Your identity should
No,
be
you won't.
built on what you do, who you help, what you produce, how you contribute.
No,
So in terms of some practical...
No, that's his belief. What you do, who you help, what you produce, how you contribute. There's nothing to contribute. None of this makes sense, man, but whatever.
takeaways. Stop trying to perfect yourself. There is no perfection. Start.
See, of course he has to tell you there's no perfection because he's imperfect. That's his problem. He sees himself that way. So, hey, man, because I can't do it, it's not worthy of doing it. So why does he go to the gym if there's no such thing? Why are he lifting weights for? Why does he show you himself on steroids?
Acting in the world and build a life that pulls your attention outwards. Identity that is
Whatever.
built on competence. What you can do is stable because you can always improve that. Identity.
You could always improve that. There's nothing to improve on, man. Jesus Christ. You can do things artificially, or you could change whatever it is you're doing that is causing you problems, what you're eating, putting in your mouth.
See, that is built on aesthetics is fragile. Competence creates
Why? That's what you're building your whole thing. Your whole channel is about aesthetics.
confidence, long-lasting confidence, and mastery.
Confidence is what you look like in this world. Confidence, yeah. A small animal is not very confident when it comes up next to a bigger animal. Like a lion, it loses its confidence quickly when a bull elephant appears. Yeah. See, a lion has confidence when he's tackling weaker species. But a lion loses his confidence the moment a bull elephant shows up. Want to know why? Because the bull elephant is bigger than the lion. He's stronger, bigger and stronger. Not only is that bull elephant bigger, but he's bigger and stronger. So you see what I mean? That's how confident that lion is. That's why he fucks off like the cockroach he is when the bull elephant shows up.
Aesthetics, a focus on aesthetics creates dependency on something which is generally very fragile. So that is my summary of the problem.
Bro, I was in a store getting some meat one day, and a guy appeared. I think he was like 6 feet 10 inches tall, man. He was nearly 7 feet tall. Maybe he was 7 feet. I don't know. He was fucking tall, and he looked built. He had big arms, man. My confidence went out the window, bro. Get it? Because I stood up next to a guy that looked like a giant. And the lady that was serving him, the Italian lady behind the counter, she was like, I know her because I've talked to her many times. And she's an older woman, not really old, but a little bit, like whatever. But man, you should have seen this lady when she was serving him. She saw him like fucking, this guy is a genetic fucking phenom. Like, I saw him the same way. Like, come on, man. What are you talking about? Now, that guy, when he walks around, confidence, he destroys people's confidence. You understand me? He destroys other men's confidence, just his presence. And Fozzy is the same way. That's why he has to lift weights in the gym, because his confidence is destroyed by other people. Because without the gym, look at his face. Look at his body. He's wearing clothes right now. Look at him. You wouldn't even know that he lifts weights. You would see him as like this. Is this Bartholomew? Hey, Bartholomew, are you still selling those Popeye cigarettes? You got any left there? Got a newspaper for sale this week? Like, you'd think he was the newspaper stand guy.
It's not exclusively a looks problem. There's nothing wrong with being concerned with your looks. It's self-respect.
You are, obviously.
It's perfectly healthy. You should have a degree of
Oh, it's perfectly healthy now all of a sudden. Okay.
pride in how you look, in my opinion. And it's also not.
But you keep saying it. You're contradicting yourself. First you're saying no, yes, no. Which is it?
Problem with social media. Social media is simply the vehicle for worsening this.
Social media is a lot of it is based on real life people on social media. They're sharing their experiences with you. That's all. You're visually watching people on a tube. All right? It's not affecting you in any way other than visually. You're seeing things. You're experiencing their experiences.
Self-focus, which otherwise wouldn't be as readily available as it is on your phone right now.
Okay,
so
whatever.
if you want to improve your mental health, literally the best thing you can do, go up and strike a conversation with somebody and take a genuine interest in them. When you ask them how their day is, mean it. Don't just
Yeah, okay.
ask them for the sake of them asking you. Mean it.
No, I have no ambition, no interest in doing that at all whatsoever. Unless I want to get to know the person. It's totally different because for whatever reason that could benefit me in my life. Otherwise, I'm not conversating with none of these people. I have no interest in them. It's just bullshit.
Ask follow-up questions. Get to know what's interesting about them.
Why? Why should I do that? What benefit does it have?
Do things which involve taking your focus away from yourself. You can do.
Why? When people see a genetic phenom walk around, that's all they could do is think about that person. All the attention is there because they're in awe. Get it?
bodybuilding without a focus on yourself. You can do powerlifting without a focus on yourself. Aim
Why?
to interact with people, be a good person.
Why would you want to do that? Then what's the point? People power lift online because now they've got social media. They can show you what they could do. It's not, they can't show you that walking down the street, so they do it on YouTube. Bodybuilding, though, it's something you can carry through public. That's totally different. And your face, the way it looks, will be seen in public all the time.
Stay busy, be useful. These are the
Stay busy, stay useful, whatever, okay.
keys to good mental health. It starts with you. You don't
Yeah, okay, man, whatever.
fix it by constantly looking at yourself and trying to fix yourself.
Oh, brother. Yeah, okay, man.
We are not designed to live that way. We are social beings.
We are social beings, but we are lived to live that way, whatever.
Fix it by being more involved with your loved ones, with your community. All right, guys.
That's not how you fix it, man. This guy's coping. I'll see you in the next video. Tell us to think about that, like, subscribe, support the channel. That was ridiculous. Really long video.